Hello and welcome to Bladed Articles. Today for you guys I have got a MecArmy EK3RT, and this is one of my new favourite knives. So I bought this from a good friend of mine, and I think he might have put an edge on it instead of the factory one, because this thing is so sharp still and I've been using it a lot. I've roughly had it about a month or so, or a bit less, and this thing is just crazy. Honestly, it's up there in my top three, definitely. There's a few little niggles, which is why it's not my 100% top number one, but it's in my collection right now. It is absolutely astonishing. So without further ado, let's get on to it. So this bad boy comes in at $89.95, and that is from Heine Haynes. I will pop a link in the description below, but I do believe they are on back order, so 4 to 6 weeks I think they said on there. So could be earlier, could be later, sort of a roll of the dice with Heine. When they say 4 to 6 weeks, that's just standard what they put on there. At least it has been for all the ones that I've bought anyway. And this comes in titanium, and it does come in a couple of other scale colours and designs, materials, etc. But this was the one that I absolutely fell in love with, and a friend offered it to me and I took it while I could, because this thing is just beautiful. So it is stonewashed titanium on the scales, and also stonewashed on the blade itself as well. Only thing that isn't, as you can see, is the pocket clip. But I am absolutely loving this right now. It's up there with my top three at the minute, so it's definitely one to consider 100%. There's a few little niggles, like I said, that we'll go through in the video, but other than that, I'm quite happy to carry this around with me. It does all the jobs I've thrown at it, so yeah, it's there's not much I can fault with it, to be honest. The carry style is tip down, right-handed. Unfortunately, you can't swap that over there, as you can see, which isn't a problem for me, because obviously I'm right-handed, but it might be for all your lefties out there, or whether you just didn't like the pocket clip, just keep it off. Still look an absolutely stunning blade. And the steel is coming in, where are we? Here, coming in at M390. So I don't know what it is about this steel, but it stayed crazy sharp since I've had it. I haven't even touched it. I don't know if my friend put a nice edge on it when he got it, and I just so happened to buy it at the right time when he just put it on there, or whether it's from factory, but this thing is astonishing. I've cut through carpet, I've done whittling, I've opened countless boxes, packages, so plastic, tape, anything pretty much it takes in its stride. It's just an absolute beast of a steel, and it, like I said, it hasn't needed sharpening for around about a month, so I'm, you know, really impressed with that. Absolutely impressed. So the centering, I have noticed, is a bit iffy from time to time. You can just move it from side to side, so I might give the pivot a small tighten and see what happens with that. If not, I have to take it apart and obviously work out what's going on with it. But I've got to take the pocket clip off to get to the pivot screw, so I haven't done that yet, because, well, it's been all right for me. It hasn't been rubbing, so it's done the job. And I will just grab the tape measure for you. Let's move that over here, and we are looking at a healthy 6.5 on the cutting edge, and then just under 16.5 centimeters for the overall length. So nice size, obviously sub 3 inch, so UK legal, and it is a non-locking, as you can see. So just be careful where you carry that, obviously, if you are carrying it in the UK. And I will just have a look. I can give you most of these at the minute, the screw sizes. However, I can't give you the pivot one because I haven't tried taking it apart, and you'll see why in a second. I'm still waiting on a bit, you see. So that one there is a T6, and so is, I believe, might be a T7, that one, or just my shitty ended bit, as you can see. And the pivot screw, by the looks of things, is a T8. However, I can't guarantee that because I haven't taken the pocket clip off yet, but assuming that is, because that's got quite a lot of them are, and obviously it is bigger than this one here, so it's definitely not a T6 or a T7. So T8 and above for the pocket clip. I'll just pop those away. And you don't get a lot in the way of logos on here. There is just the MecArmy logo, and obviously the name of the knife, EK3RT, and then the M390 on the back there. But literally nothing else logo wise on the blade. You get a nice hole cut out. Well, it's not a hole, it is a cutout though. And then your lanyard hole at the back there, whatever danglies you want to put on it. So I will just show you just how sharp this is when I can find. Let's do it on my hand. Look at all that. Obviously you can tell I do not shave with a razor, but this thing is chomping through a lot. So as you can see, still hair popping sharp, not an amazing has come off. That's probably down to my piss poor shaving skills. Right, I will just give you a size comparison quickly. And the Kaiser zip slip, and I've got a Camillus reverb there as well. So two UK slippies, and a non-UK legal carry. As you can see, it is a slightly shorter blade than the Camillus, and on the slippy, on the zip slip, you're looking at roughly, it's a little bit longer down this end, but it'll still do the job. It still has done the job. It's been amazing. Absolutely, you know, taking everything I've thrown at it in its stride. Absolutely beautiful. And I don't know if I did mention in the video, but these scales, I've chucked this knife in my pocket just for a little test, you know, with some keys and whatever. And as you can see, because it's stonewashed, you don't notice the scratching on it. I mean, you probably will if you get a deep scratch on it from a key or something or other, but even the pocket clips held up fairly darn well. But that's true testimony to the stone washing technique, and especially the titanium on there. So done a proper good job. But overall, I think it's an absolutely cracking knife, and at 90 quid, you know, if I had the cash, I'd probably get it. I mean, I didn't pay £90, I must add that as well. So obviously take what I am saying with a pinch of salt if you are spending this amount of money. But I probably, now I've used it, I would probably save up the money and get one. I think it's worth it, personally. I really do. You know, great materials, great blade shape, and I just can't knock it. The only downfall is that bit there, as you can see, the pivot, it is poking out, and you can feel it when you're using it. That, and also you have to use 2 hands with no half stop on it. But if you're using 2 hands, obviously keep your pinkies out of the way, your digits, and everything will be all good. So it's not too bad. It does snap back roughly quite close to it, so yeah. So it's not, obviously you're going to know if you're hitting it by about there. So yeah, overall absolutely love this beast. It's a good buy, and thank you very much. You know who you are, who I bought it from, so thank you so much for this. Absolutely love it. Just before we do go, have a quick check at Morris Knives. They are out in the US of A, but he does ship over here to the UK, and absolutely phenomenally handcrafted pieces of gear. So mainly knives, but he does do pries and other bits and bobs. So go check him out. They come crazy sharp. And yeah, there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.